What's good, party people? Daryl D, Daryl D TV. I just wanted to take a little stroll and talk about some things that's been going on lately. First of all, we got to check out this beautiful mountain area that I'm going to be kind of hiking today, or at least taking a nice little stroll today. I don't know how much hiking I'm going to do. But yeah, man, we lost three good guys, lately, back to back to back. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Ecstasy, Shabba and MF Doom. Let you know a little bit about my experiences with these guys. Terrible news. I got long-standing history with these three cats, and I just want to talk about that for a little while. Let's start with Ecstasy from Houdini. Oh man, fantastic group. I can't say enough good things about them. I can't say anything that hasn't been said a million times already. We know they're a legendary group in rap music. The first time that I ever saw Houdini in concert was 1986 at the Raising Hell tour. That was Run DMC, LL Cool J, Houdini, and the Beastie Boys. And yeah, man, I'll never forget Grandmaster D on the turntables, just killing it. He had a white Kango on. He was scratching with his sneaker. He was just getting busy. And Ecstasy and Jalil, man, just an exciting show. I actually blogged about that show. You can check that out on my blog page. You can find it under The Adventures of Daryl D.blogspot.com, and just put Raising Hell Tour, in the search box. You can read all about that. Even before, the Raising Hell Tour in '86, if we go back a few years when the Escape album first came out, at that time, I was a kid. I was living in Mississippi, and I had this classmate. I think his name was Mario. I can't remember. He was a Puerto Rican cat from New York. His mother, and his little brother had just moved to Mississippi from New York, and I thought this dude was the coolest dude in the world. He used to wear the shell toes, the fat laces, and he used to like pop, and he's a cool dude. Anyway, his mother ran this restaurant in the food court at this brand new mall that they had opened up. And there was a music store in the mall too. And so he would go to the store in the mall and he would steal cassette tapes. And then he'd bring them back to school, and then I would sell them. And that's how we made money. I think that was like 5th grade. It had to have been like 5th grade, yeah. So that's how I got the Escape, Houdini Escape cassette tape. And to this day, I know that tape like the back of my hand. Really incredible stuff. And then, as time went on over the years, I would always go see him in concert. Every time I was in a city that they were performing in, I was at the show. I want to say 2004, I got to go back home to Wisconsin and attend African World Festival, and they were performing there, Houdini, along with Kumo D and the Treacherous 3, KRS-One, and Big Daddy Kane. Incredible show. I actually videotaped that. I'm gonna upload that one day soon here, so you guys can see that. But over the years, I've got to hang out with them. You know, back in the 96, 97 in Milwaukee, I got to interview them at the Jam for Peace. You can check out some of that video here on the channel. If you go look up my video that says Mental Fitness, Zon Other Level Pit. That's a video with me and my man, Professor Pitt. Rest in peace. I miss you, brother. We got backstage. We got to interview a bunch of people, and Houdini was one of those acts that we got to, you know, interview. So that was another time I got to hang out with them. And of course, with me living here in Arizona now, you know, they've been here several times, and I've gotten to hang out with them even more out here. So big fans. I have history with them. One of my favorite groups. I've got every record that they've ever put out, every album, every 12-inch is in my collection right now. And so, yeah, that was very saddening to hear that news. I just couldn't believe it. But condolences not only goes out to his family, but sending condolences to the fans, you know, all of you guys who love Houdini, who love Ecstasy, and myself. You know, we hurting too over this whole thing. So you will live on. Next we got Shabba, aka Ozone. Now, like most people, I'm most familiar with this brother being from the movie Breaking and Breaking 2. And I believe it was, I can't remember if it was 84, 85, or was it 83 when that movie came out. I know it was the early 80s. And my family and I, wow, look at this. Look at that. So cool. My family and I, we lived in Detroit at the time. And I had a buddy up there, and his father was gonna go take him to see Breaking, and he invited me. And shockingly, my parents said yes, because at the time there was 7 of us, you know, and the fact that they let me break off and do this, you know, without any of my other siblings, you know, was shocking to me anyway. So we got to go see Breaking. It was like, you know, I was in middle school then, so I can't remember if that was, I think it was 7th or 8th grade, something like that. And of course, it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. You know, came home telling my brothers and sisters about what happened in the movie, and of course Turbo with the broom and all of that. And then as time went on, I got to learn who the other dancers were, like Poppin' Pete and Poppin' Taco, and you know, those other cats, and you know, Ice-T. It was cool seeing him in there. You know, that's the first time I had ever heard of Ice-T. But man, that was a shock to see him go too, man. It's like, for some crazy reason, we seem to think that our heroes from the entertainment industry are supposed to last forever. And sadly, that's not the case. You know, he was what, 65, I believe? 60 somewhere. So, you know, what can you do? Death is a part of life, you know. We just got to deal with it. So, you know, I got the Breaking soundtrack on vinyl. It's a part of my collection. And, you know, You know that I'm down with all the vinyl, so you know that's a part of the collection. So now let's move on to MF Doom. Of course, I've been a KMD fan. If you're down with 90s rap, early 90s rap, then of course, you know what time it is with KMD, Zeph Love X, that whole thing. And as far as Doom, I had known when he had came back out as Doom. I knew about him, but I didn't really check for him right away. Not at all. It wasn't until I moved here to Phoenix that I started really kind of listening to Doom, because he has so many fans here, and with me being a DJ, it's you're gonna have access to Doom, either way. So once I started like really listening to him and hearing his wordplay and some of that crazy production, I think I want to say one of the first Doom songs I heard was the one where he sampled Anita Baker, Super, something like that. Got Super in it somewhere, and I was hooked right away. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm like a hardcore Doom fan. I probably own maybe a half a dozen of his albums. He had like a zillion of them, or has like a zillion of them. One of the ones that I kind of slept on buying was the Uninvited Guests album. And of course, that album, like most of his records, are either nowhere to be found now, or they're just so expensive that, they're out of my reach financially. So, what are you gonna do? But I'll enjoy, the records that I do have. I only had one opportunity to see Doom, sort of. Was at the Rock the Bells in LA. Actually, it was in San Bernardino is where the show actually was. Somewhere in there, I don't know. No, it was outside of LA. I don't quite remember. Anyway, it's the first time. It's like, wow. And yeah, it ended up being an imposter, a fake Doom, so people were not happy. And I thought that was so rude that would be the end of his career. I was like, man, he's never gonna recover from this. But it was no big deal. Like, he didn't seem to lose any fans over it. And the reason why we all knew he was an imposter is because the sound was all messed up, and they could hear the music on the stage, but we couldn't hear the music out in the audience. So his mic, you could hear the music, and you could hear his hype man, I guess you could say, oh yeah, blah, blah, but then he was just talking or spitting into like a cold mic, like a dead mic, like there was nothing coming out of it. And the tiny little bit of music we can hear did not include any vocals. And so, and they didn't know what was going on for like a few minutes. They up there all parading around like, And then finally they stopped. They figured out that something was wrong, and they just kind of stopped and stood there, all of them. And then everybody started booing. This was on the smaller stage at the Rock the Bell show. So Once they started booing, and then the DJ was like, "What's up, man? Y'all ain't showing no love to Metal Face. What's going on here? Blah 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 blah." And the crowd was not trying to hear that. So finally, they just all, went backstage. Even before they started leaving, people started walking away, including myself, and going over to the big stage because Nas was actually on the big stage at the time. So we like, man, we missing Nas for this nonsense. So we didn't really get to see the real Doom. So how you doing? So no, it was the fake guy. It wasn't the real one. So no, I didn't get to see him. I didn't get to see Doom at all, unfortunately. But thank God there's YouTube, and I've seen plenty of him there live. And like I said, I've got a nice little stash of his vinyl, that I'll be rocking. But nobody had wordplay like MF Doom. He had what I call listening music. You couldn't even like really boogie or get down to it. You just had to like listen to every word he said, because he would say some crazy stuff, man. His wordplay was unmatched by anybody else, in rap music. Between him and Kool Keith, ain't nobody touching them two cats. They should have did a whole album together. But they had a song on that uninvited guest or unexpected guest, and I don't know. I can't see myself dropping 60, 80, $100 for that record. Not anytime soon, anyway. So there you have it. Rest in peace to three incredible, talented legends, and unfortunately, like I said, death is just a part of life, and something that we got to deal with. So, condolences out to all of the families and the fans, and we'll just keep it moving. Your music will live on through all of your fans, always. And as my man KUT would say, you better not be faking Doom. I don't think you are. Peace and love. Before I get out of here, I just want to give a shout out. I don't do shout outs often. Well, big ups to Robot Rock. He kind of inspired me to get out here on these trails and do a little filming and a little talking. That's what his YouTube channel is all about. I'll leave the link down below. And he does hiking, and he's good at what he does. He's a heavy hiker, and his channel is Robot in the Wild. So check out his YouTube channel. Tell him Daryl D sent you, and we'll talk to you guys another time on Daryl D TV. Peace and love.